Daniel Jones, his first year, showed a lot of flashes. He threw for 3,000 yards, had 24 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, an 88 quarterback rating pretty much, 62 completion percentage, but he had 18 fumbles, which was a problem of his. The good news is that in his second year, he went from 18 fumbles to 11, which is pretty good. It's an improvement. He also played one more game in the second season, and his numbers all around kind of dipped. He had 11 touchdowns compared to 24 his rookie year, and he had 10 interceptions, which is less, but still he didn't throw as many touchdowns. Daniel Jones is the first rookie to have 4 or more touchdown passes and 3 or more road games in a single season. Kind of like Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones had a great rookie season, and then in the second season, regressed. The difference is that Baker Mayfield in his third year did good again. Now, what is Daniel Jones going to do? Quarterbacks nowadays get a timetable of about 2 to 3 years. 3 to 4 years if you're lucky. Sam Darnold got 3 years. He's about to be gone from the Jets. The reason is because with so much quarterback talent coming into the draft every single year, there's no point on experimenting with a quarterback that doesn't have franchise potential. Teams aren't looking for Joe Flacco's anymore. Teams are looking for Patrick Mahomes. So they're always going to try to shoot and hit a star, even if they miss. They're going to try. But the Giants last year had the 9th ranked defense in the entire NFL. Their offense was the problem. They had the 31st ranked offense. But they addressed that in free agency. They signed Kenny Golladay, a number 1 receiver, to a 4-year, $70+ million contract. They signed Kyle Rudolph, a former Pro Bowl tight end, who still has a lot left in the tank. The Giants' offense looks like this: Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. They have some depth guys in John Ross and Dante Pettis, and at tight end, Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph. I mean, the Giants' offense is stacked. It's stacked. This set of weapons would be any quarterback's dream. And for the last couple of years, the Giants' offense has had 2 problems. 1, their offensive line stinks. 2, they don't have a number 1 receiver. Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton, they're fine. They're good. They're number 2s. They're not number 1s. Kenny Golladay is a number 1, 2-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Pro Bowler. Pardon my mistake. The offensive line also isn't as much as a question mark next season as a lot of people think it is. Nate Soldier is coming back, and although he's not exceptional, he's cool. He's good. He's okay. He's not nothing crazy, but he's okay. Andrew Thomas, after they fired offensive line coach Mark Colombo, stepped up, and he got better. So did Nick Gates, and so did Shane LeMahieu. And the Giants are probably going to draft an offensive lineman with that 11th overall pick since they signed Kenny Golladay. They probably draft a Christian Darrisaw or Elijah Vera Tucker, maybe a Rashawn Slater if he slips. There are no excuses for Daniel Jones next season. I think the Giants would be Super Bowl contenders if their quarterback was anybody else besides Daniel Jones. Just imagine this. Imagine if they had Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, or Tom Brady. Let's start with Deshaun Watson. Let's say the Giants had an offense of Deshaun Watson, Kenny Golladay, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, Saquon Barkley, and Kyle Rudolph. Forget the offensive line. That's a dominant offense, like no doubt about it. With that defense, with the Giants defense, who now feature a secondary of James Bradbury, Adoree Jackson, Jabril Peppers, Logan Ryan, Julian Love was phenomenal last season. A defensive line of Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Linebackers of Blake Martinez, Jimenez. This is a really great roster. And if their quarterback was anybody besides Daniel Jones, an actual great quarterback, the Giants are a Super Bowl contender. But because it is Daniel Jones, but because his future is uncertain, because we're not sure if he is going to be a good or great quarterback, the Giants might not even be a playoff team. we're questioning if the Giants are going to win the NFC East. And ironically, Washington is in the same position. Washington just needs a quarterback, and they can get over the hump. Same thing with the Giants. They are in similar positions. Because of Daniel Jones, we are not even sure that they're going to make the playoffs. And I think the Giants have a Super Bowl caliber roster. Daniel Jones has to take a massive leap next season. He is the player with the most pressure on him. No other team around the NFL that features a young quarterback got this many weapons for the young quarterback. The New York Jets never surrounded Sam Darnold with this much talent. Ever. Even in Miami with Tua. His time is ticking too. And Tua doesn't even have this much talent on offense. Daniel Jones does. So that's why I think he's the player with the most pressure next season. And if he doesn't play great, he will be replaced. And pretty bad timing for the Giants because next year, outside of Sam Howell, I don't know who else is a sure thing in that draft. But that's for next year to talk about. This year would have been the perfect year to move on because you got guys like Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this is a really quarterback-heavy draft, but Daniel Jones is under a lot of pressure next season, and let's see if he lives up to it.